Good evening and welcome to the official East Stirlingshire End of Season Awards for 2020. I'm Dave Mack, your host for the evening, in this very surreal situation where I find myself broadcasting to you from an outhouse in my back garden. No Larbert Bowling Club, no Falkirk Stadium, but hopefully we can get back to some sort of normality and some football as soon as possible when it's safe to do so in the coming season. I hope we find you safe and well tonight and nice and comfortable as we do our traditional awards in a very untraditional way. We'll still award and reward all those at the club, staff, players and supporters for their contributions throughout the course of the season, and one or two wee surprises along the way for good measure as well. But before any of that, let's hear from the team manager, Derek Ewer.
Good evening folks, hope yous are all staying safe and well during this ongoing coronavirus pandemic. I'd like to take a wee moment just to thank the board for all their hard work that goes on behind the scenes, that's never really seen by anybody. In the last year and a half since I've been appointed manager, it's great to know that you've got the backing and the support of the board that we have, the thankless work that they do. I would just like to place on record my thanks for what they do. I'd also like to thank my backroom staff, each and every one of them, the tireless work that they put in. I'd also like to thank their families just for the time that they spend away from them and the constant phone calls that they've got for me. I apologise to every one of them now, but I would also like to just say thank you to every one of them for their hard work and effort. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do the job I would. I'd also like to say thank you to my family for allowing me to do what I do, because it's a very time consuming job. So thank you to every single one of the people that I've just mentioned. I think that we'll all have watched the Bundesliga kick back in, and it's a bit of a surreal environment watching a game with no supporters. Where we're at is I would like to thank every one of the Shire faithful for their support this season and through the years. Through my time at the Shire, the support that they've given is next to none. It's exceptional and we need that continued support. So just a big thank you to every one of us for supporting us through the last year and the years gone by. Just a wee brief recap on last season. I think that we had aspirations to go and win a title, and ultimately we've came up short. It's not for the want of trying, but I think that overall there was minor differences, there was small margins, and moving forward they're the things that we've got to try and eradicate and improve on, so that we can hopefully next season go and improve on what we've achieved this year. There was also the disappointment of losing the Scottish Cup away to Broxburn. We've got to turn days like that into a positive for next season, where we didn't want to be in these places where we use that hurt to go and make sure it doesn't happen again. The games that stick out for me last season, for the Celtic games, the East Kilbride game when we got beat at home, Spartans when we got beat at home, they're the games that we must eradicate. Our big aim for next season is to ensure that we're mentally stronger, that we see out games more convincingly, that we ensure that we defend as a team better, and that when our chances come along we take them. But look, that's football. We had assembled a very talented group of footballers last season, and throughout the season you'll have seen how good these guys can play football. Some of the performances were excellent last season. Football's about small margins, and I think that we just came up short on one or two occasions and it cost us throughout the season. Like every football club, every season there's going to be people leaving, there's going to be people coming in. So I would like to place on record a big thank you to every single one of the players. I've worked with these guys all year, and every single one of their commitment, desire at training and in games is unquestionable for me. Needless to say, we've obviously got next season to plan ahead for now as best we can. There's boys already signed for next season, and the guys that we've previously signed are, in my opinion, very, very talented footballers for this level. I'd be lying if we stated that the coronavirus hasn't had an impact on the club. It's had an impact on every club. We were in negotiations with a lot of the boys. So these negotiations will continue in the coming weeks and months. There is people that have indicated that they'll be moving on for various reasons. That's football. Every single club throughout the closed season will move people on. I would just like to say a thank you to these players as well, because these players have been great for us. I'd also like to make a special recognition to Connor Green, who spoken to and has indicated that he's moving on. Connor's a player that I hold in the highest regard, and just for his commitment, his desire. He's a gent who I've thoroughly enjoyed being a player, being his captain, but also being his manager. He wears his heart on his sleeve, so big thank you to Connor, and I wish him all the very best for the future. We're obviously going to be speaking to the rest of the players that we've got. We made a decision with the board that we'll not rush into anything at this moment in time. We want to ensure that we make the best decisions for the club moving forward. And where we're at is we'll start finalising things maybe start of July, middle of July time. And that's where we'll be at these people. The players are all aware of the situation, they're very understanding. So my message to the fans would be patient. We'll make the best decisions for the club moving forward. We've spoke at great length with the board, with the rest of my backroom staff. We're aware of the areas that we need to improve on, and the areas that we need to add competition in, and we'll hopefully be ready for the start of the season, so in that way we're not starting slowly, we're hitting the ground running. We've got plans in place for when we start back training, etc. So these things can be done when the players are on their own, they'll be glad to hear, and then when we get back into group training. So we've got our plans in place, and it's different to every other year at this moment in time, but we've just got to adapt as best we possibly can. So that's where we're at for moving forward next season. We hope to have the most competitive team that we can possibly assemble. It's the same as every year. We aim to make the best possible challenge we can. So with that in mind, I would just like to thank everybody once again for their support and effort throughout the year. But I would also like to make a big statement that as fans, the club needs you. At this moment in time, with the ongoing pandemic, the club will need you more than ever. Okay? So once again, thank you, and have a good night.
A big thanks to Del, you were there, and wishing him and Andy Rogers the very best as they put their plans in place for the coming football season, whenever and wherever that might actually happen. So, as I mentioned earlier, things tonight will be as close to tradition as possible for the Shire Awards, and with that in mind, let's go over to Scott Greenaway for the 100 Club Draw.
Good evening, and welcome to the East Stirlingshire 100 Club May cash draw. Before we do the draw, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank every single person who has supported the 100 Club this year. And the years I've done the 100 Club, it has grown every year, and this year is no exception. And as time goes on, the money that it generates is becoming more and more important to help support the club. So thank you very much. Today's draw will consist of two draws. The first draw will be for the £175 top prize, and the second draw will be for a Shire gnome. Once again, our balls are still stuck in the Falkirk Stadium, so we're going to have to use our random number generator to perform the draw. So, as you can see, today's draw we have 157 balls in the hat, and if I generate a number, 35 is Jacqueline Greenaway. Okay, Jacqueline Greenaway wins the first prize. Number 10, Tracy Daly wins the Shire Gnome. Okay, well done, Jacqueline, for picking up the top prize of £175, and well done, Tracy, for winning the Shire Gnome. Just before I finish, I would just like to say a special thanks to one person. Obviously, this was organised to happen around the end of season dance in Lambert Bowling Club. Unfortunately, with the circumstances, it's all had to be cancelled. But because of the expertise and hard work of one person, we've been able to put on this awards tonight. And as a thank you from me to him, I would like to give him this. So thank you very much, Dave Mack.
Thanks very much, Scott. And another member of the Greenaway family wins a prize on the 100 Club draw. Shock horror, we never saw that one coming. Congratulations, Jacqueline, and to Tracy Daly, the two winners of the prizes on this month's draw. And a massive thank you to Scott as well for presenting me virtually with this gnome that has miraculously gone from his house over to my house. And I've got to say something here with my presenter's hat off for a second. It is an absolute privilege and joy to do the stuff for Shire TV and to do this tonight and host these awards on behalf of the club. For those who don't know me very well, the majority, if not all, of my family are all Shire supporters, and I'm probably the only one who's gone off to do stuff for the rival club in the town, but a big part of my heart is with the Shire as well. So to do this for the club tonight and throughout the season and put the highlights packages together and film the matches really is an absolute pleasure and an enjoyment as well. And I know some members of my family who are no longer with us will be up there looking at me tonight and being very proud of the fact I'm doing this for the club. So Scott and everyone at the Shire, big thank you for this. It really does mean a lot. Thank you very much. Now, later on tonight, after the awards, Stuart Blackwood will be here, club announcer and entertainer extraordinaire, with a live set. So he's here on his own Facebook page just after the awards tonight. I'll give you more details on that later. So it's the full package as you would normally get if you were at Lambert Bowling Club, where we should have been this year. You'll have the awards, followed by a bit of dancing later. So roll back the carpet and get the talcum powder down, and you'll be sorted. Okay, on to the awards now. Let's get started. Well, I hope you've got some drinks and nibbles sorted out for the awards and you're nicely dressed, you know, like me. No tracksuits or ripped jeans or dodgy underpants on or stuff like that, you know. We want it all to be nice. As we start with the Greenaway Family Awards. And if you normally go to the awards ceremonies proper, you'll know that Scott Greenaway always gets up and does some presentations of his own to special people within the club, supporters, staff and players who've gone beyond the call of duty over the course of the season. Well, no difference tonight other than the fact that I'm hosting this on behalf of Scott. So these are all Scott's awards and Scott's family awards. So we start off with the Jimmy's Gin Award because Jimmy Greenaway loved a gin and he also loved the Shire. I think in equal measure, to be fair. Now, I don't know what sort of gin we're giving away tonight, so I'm having a bit of a guess here. It could either be the strong stuff, you know, it could be a wee bit of that. It could be, you know, the exotic stuff, maybe some of this. Or it could just be good old-fashioned Kunsel gin. So I'm not entirely sure which one you're going to be getting, but one of the three will definitely be coming someone's way in this award tonight. Now, the winner of this award is chosen by Jimmy's grandson, Aaron, who is a season ticket holder at the Shire. Complete diehard, as the whole Greenaway family are. They bleed black and white. They truly do. And that first award tonight of Jimmy's Gin from Aaron goes to Jordan Tapping. Congratulations, Jordan. A bottle of Mother's Ruin on its way to you now. Don't drink it all at once. Continuing the Greenaway Family Awards with the Wee Voddies. Now, these are in memory of Tommy Greenaway, who loved the Wee Voddy and loved the Shire. And again, I think in equal measure. You can see a pattern forming here, can't you? Alcohol, the Shire. It's no coincidence, really, is it? No. Anyway, I have the produce here because Scott handed in one of these wee voddies to me just so we could sample the merchandise, shall we say. So let's take a wee check and see just how good calibre this product actually is. Where is it from? It says on here, distilled in Springburn from the finest tatty peelings. Okay, and best served in a smashed up bus shelter or down the park with your pals. Yeah, that'll do for us. Yeah, we'll have some of that. So there's 5 of these awards in total, 5 bottles of this voddy to give away to 5 unsuspecting people. And the first of these wee voddies goes to a player who has given fantastic service to East Stirlingshire Football Club over many, many years. And he's also winning the award because he is an all-round nice guy. Joining the club back in 2014, making 210 appearances and scoring 27 goals. And sadly, he leaves us this season in the summertime, but leaves behind a fantastic legacy at the club. The very first Wee Voddy Award goes to the one and only Connor Green. And Connor, if you're watching this tonight, a heartfelt thank you on behalf of everyone at East Stirlingshire Football Club, players, staff and supporters for the terrific service you gave the club over many years and the many great memories as well. We wish you all the best for the future. On to our second Voddy Awards tonight from the Greenaway family. And this award goes to a player who joined the club back in June of 2019, straight after appearing in the Scottish Junior Cup final with his previous club, Largs Thistle. And this award is being given tonight for his fantastic consistency throughout the course of last season. Our second Wee Voddy winner tonight is Martin Orr. That takes us on to our third Wee Voddy Award for tonight. And this award goes to a Shire supporter who goes the extra mile, or miles, to make sure he can support the Shire. Earlier this season, before a match against Vale of Leithen on the Saturday, this particular supporter jumped in his car on the Friday, drove all the way down to Inner Leithen just to make sure the ground hadn't moved since the last time he was there, so he wouldn't miss kick-off. That's what you call dedication, isn't it? You don't get enough fans like that these days. And as a result of that, that particular supporter is winning this Wee Voddy. And it goes to the one and only Brian Stocks. Brian, I have an idea for you. The next time you go on a ground fact-finding mission, stick your Wee Voddy in your petrol tank. It'll save you some money. Don't try this at home, kids. On to number 4 then of our Wee Voddy Awards, and this is the one that Scott Greenaway loves the most because his dad Tommy used to say to him many years ago when he played for Bainsford, he used to have the girls queuing round the block at the dressing room to carry his boots home for him after a match. So Scott always dedicates a Wee Voddy to a player in the Shire team who fits that bill and would have the girls queuing round the block after the match to carry his boots home. And Scott this time round has plumped for Jamie Dishington. Well done, Jamie, or should we call you Dishy Dishington perhaps? I don't know about Dishy Dishington. I think he should be called Bolt after Usain Bolt. He is the quickest person ever in the Shire dressing room at getting showered, changed and out the door within 10 minutes of the full-time whistle going. And I think he does it to avoid myself and John Nimmo on Shire TV. But be warned, next season, Jamie, if you're watching, we will be quicker. We will definitely be quicker and we will catch you. Absolutely. So it's time for the 5th and final of the Wee Voddy Awards tonight from the Greenaway family. And this one goes to a fan who's supported the club unconditionally for many, many years, along with her dad. And her dad is a very famous figure amongst the Shire support as well. You could describe him as one of the more passionate supporters, I think is the kind way of putting it. But his dedication to the cause cannot be faulted in any way, shape or form. And neither can the winner of the Wee Voddy in this case as well. She constantly goes beyond the call of duty for the club in more ways than one. And because of that, the 5th Wee Voddy winner tonight is Sophie Duncan. And there she is, classy chick. Oh, striker pose at First Park there. And, yeah. Going back to what I said earlier, Shire, alcohol. It is no coincidence. It's time now for the first of two special awards from the Greenaway family to two people around the club who continually go above and beyond the call of duty. This first winner is a Shire supporter who follows the club home and away every season without fail. You could call him a diehard. He is a diehard. So much so that when things go wrong around the game, he will step in and help out. That happened earlier this season in a pre-season friendly at Blackburn United when one of the officials didn't turn up. This person got the referee to give him the linesman's flag and he ran the line in that match. In what started off a nice day and ended up a complete monsoon, it didn't stop him. He put his hat on and he continued to run the line for the full 90 minutes in the match. And it's not the first time he's done it either. So in recognition of this supporter for his work as a fan and as an assistant linesman, as they're called these days, Martin Walk, this is your special prize from everyone at East Stirlingshire Football Club, your very own referee gnome. There you go, complete with yellow card and everything there as well. That is your award. Congratulations and well done to you. Let's see Martin in action. There he is, helping the referee and keeping up with play. What? Eating a pie and running the line and not watching the game. Well, that's multitasking, pie man and linesman. Yeah, we'll take that. But, of course, all that running the line and eating pies all day does take its toll. Oh, sorry. Channeling my inner Martin there. Apologies. On to the next award. That takes us on to our final Greenaway award tonight, and a special award for someone who joined the club last year, but didn't end up doing the job that she was actually employed to do, mainly because of the amount of dislocations that happened on the park, both with Shire players and visiting players that she helped out with last season. She was employed as the club physio, but ended up with dislocation specialist as her subtitle. And not only that, she became the queen of the dislocation in the Lowland League. So for all of her efforts of putting bones back where they should be, the final award and this fantastic Shire gnome goes to club physio Shona Tate. And there she is rocking the Shire hat. Well done, Shona. That takes us on to our Lifetime Supporter Awards. And once again this year, we have two nominated by fellow Shire fans for their many years supporting the club and their other contributions over that period as well. The first nomination tonight comes from Sandy Nimmo, and this particular person started following the Shire back in 1968, and he recalls it well because his first Shire game was against Stenhousemuir at Ochil View, and he recalls that Mary Hopkins' song Those Were the Days was in the charts at the time he went to his first ever Shire game, and we know for a fact that was 1968. Now, this supporter has a bit of a reputation for turning up late and missing kick-off at matches, but no more so than the match at First Park many years ago when he thought he'd missed the first couple of minutes of the match, only to get through the turnstiles to find that the second half was just starting. How he managed that, I have got no idea. But over those years, this particular fan has gone way above and beyond the call of duty as a supporter for the club, and in more recent years has introduced his very own bonus scheme for the players, where a player will get £5 donation from him for any goals scored and £25 for any clean sheets in any of the matches. So you can imagine when he started this a few years ago, he didn't envisage just how well the Shire would do in their first season in the Lowland League, where he spent an absolute fortune. And all that money goes towards the players for their Christmas and their summer nights out. So a really generous and good all-round guy. He also recalls his favourite team for the Shire over the years was the promotion-winning side of 1979-80, the Billy Lamont team, and Bobby McCulley as one of his all-time favourite players. Nominated by Sandy Nimmo, the first of our lifelong supporter awards goes to Charlie McKechnie. A man with a big heart and obviously an even bigger wallet to shell out for the players' Christmas and summer nights out. A well-deserved award, Charlie. Well done. Our second Lifelong Supporter Award tonight was nominated by David McIntosh. Not this David McIntosh, but my dad. But to be honest with you, if I was choosing anyone at the Shire for this award, I would definitely have chosen the same person. My dad recalls this supporter back in the late 50s, early 1960s, standing on the terraces of First Park with his dad and John Waddell watching the matches week in, week out. Fast forward 40, 50 odd years and we can still see that same supporter at the Falkirk Stadium cheering on the team week in, week out, and also at many away matches as well. And we think he's still wearing the same Shire scarf today he was wearing back in the 1950s, complete with the same Bovril stains on it as well. That's what you call dedication. Now, he's more famous probably for taking a break away from the terraces around about the mid-1980s and picking up the microphone at First Park as the club's stadium announcer. A job that he definitely made his own and became a cult hero amongst many Scottish football fans who used to love coming to First Park and listening to this particular person on the microphone and reading out various humorous monologues and really ripping in to Falkirk, saying things like they played at Brockville. And towards the end, of course, the Shire were the only team in Falkirk town centre. And he also referred to Falkirk as Grangemouth, playing at Grangemouth Stadium. And it's also quite funny that nowadays the Shire play at said stadium. So maybe a bit of humble pie required to be eaten in that direction. On top of that, he was also famous for probably the most eclectic music playlist at any football stadium in the world. He is the one and only Mr. Les Mitchell. I have to say something personally about Les as well. I am a stadium announcer for the other club in Falkirk and various other clubs and the Scottish Football Association from time to time. And there is no way on earth I could even try to do what Les used to do at the Shire. And I was always amazed by the amount of preparation he used to put in to every single match, handwriting all of his scripts out before every game. It really was a labour of love. And for the amount of work that Les has done for the Shire over the years, in many aspects, not just as announcer, this is a well-deserved award. Well done, Les. Coming up soon, we'll have the Player Awards for season 2019-20, but first a word from Club Director Ian Fleming.
Thanks, Dave. I'd also like to offer my congratulations to Les and Charlie tonight for picking up these awards. Two guys who've really contributed so much to the football club over the years, so really deserve the award. Well done, guys. Since we're running out of directors who are happy to find themselves in front of a camera nowadays, myself and Andy decided that really it should be the most articulate and the best looking one that should do this tonight. But he's got called out to his work, so here I am. I thought since it was a high profile event tonight, I should really go and wash my face and maybe put a shirt and tie on. Only to find out my shirt seems to have shrunk in the last couple of months, particularly around the collar. But look on the bright side, with things as they are, we should all be able to enjoy tonight a wee bit better. We can eat what we want, we can drink what we want. I'm on the bubblegum juice. And we can do it all in our jammies. And the obvious benefit here to us guys is none of us have to spend 2 hours tonight getting ready in the vain hope that we'll maybe look half as good as Robert Jack. So although the night seems an opportunity to award players, we also have to thank the background staff, Ian and Alan Kitman, Norrie, Andy, Belly, the coaches, and Shona, the physio. We've also got to give an enormous thanks to a special group of people, that's our sponsors. Without these guys there wouldn't be a club, or at least certainly not the level that we're competing at the moment. So I'd like to give a sincere thanks to Central Industrial Services, Innovative Innovation, McCready's Coaches, Canalside Bar and Grill, Harry Bell and his family, May and Bob Worgan, and Gary Houchin, who sponsors us year after year. It also gives me the opportunity to thank the people who make it easier for to help me function behind the scenes. I mean, Nicky Lowe might do some amazing things with football, and Big Tappy is a joy to watch as he goes in for a 50-50 header. But none of these guys have ever offered to sell programmes or 50-50s for us, so it's a good job we've got guys who turn up every week to do this for us. got Charlie Nixon and Stuart McNeil, who does the turnstiles for us. We've got Bill Bailey, who'll do the 50-50, and Robert Ormond, who sells the programmes. Now, these are programmes that are also done by a committed band of volunteers. You've got Drummond Calder, Sandy Nimmo, Gregor McIntosh and Pauline Reynolds, who puts it all together and makes the programme that we see today. And then we've got Sandy Nimmo at the club shop, his son John, who is a roving reporter for Shire TV, Scott Greenaway, who looks after the 100 Club for us, and Gary English, who does the Last Man Standing competition. We've got Tracy Daly, who's the one that seems to find herself behind a table every so often when we need somebody to collect money for raffles or season ticket money or player sponsors. And we've also got Stuart Blackwood, the stadium announcer and host of the gig that's coming on after this. On that point, I've got a wee confession to make. The last couple of years I've missed out on the awards ceremony because I double booked myself to go and see Ned's Atomic Dustbin all over UK. So tonight I'm going to pledge my money for him to play something for them for me. So get involved, get donating, and no kidding on that your account was hacked if you're the guy who paid 50 quid to hear Shire Day. There's also an actual award that the board of directors gives out every year to a supporter whose dedication or commitment really stands out. This year we thought of a name, and then that was it. That was a decision. This name comes up every year, and I think because they just go about their jobs without much fuss, they might have slipped under the final radar, or maybe we're taking them for granted too much, one of the two. We never noticed that they were the guy that we should be thinking about every year. I mentioned him earlier as a guy who does the club shop, but he does far more than the club shop. He does the club shop, but he also stands in the rain at reserve games collecting the money. He's the chairman of the supporters club, which obviously takes up a lot of time. He's the bus convener, and he's basically a general rallier of fans when they need rallied. So absolutely no element of surprise or suspense. Tonight's winner of the Bert Johnson Memorial Trophy is Sandy Nimmo. So well done, Sandy. So back to Dave.
Thanks, Ian, and congratulations to Sandy Nimmo, a well-deserved winner of the Supporter of the Year Awards, and of course the man who founded the Shire Emporium for all your matchday merchandise. Well done, Sandy. That takes us on to the first of the official player awards for season 2019-20, and we'll start with the Charlie McKechnie Trophy for Young Player of the Year. The recipient of the award this year started life as a footballer at the Falkirk Academy and quickly progressed through to becoming an under-17 Scotland internationalist. After Falkirk, he moved on to Alloa and then, of course, on to the Shire in 2019, where this season he made a rapid impact on the team with 21 appearances and 2 goals. The winner of this year's Charlie McKechnie Trophy and the Young Player of the Year is Rhys Peggy. Congratulations, Rhys, and a well-deserved award. Well done. Well, I think it's fair to say we saw some outstanding goals at the Shire over the last season, and putting together the goal of the season montage this year was a proper headache. We had over 20 contenders at one point that we had to try somehow and shuffle down to just 10. We managed it, and we gave you the option all this week to vote on the one you thought was your favourite. Let's take a look at the contenders. How do you choose a winner from those? Some outstanding goals on the Goal of the Season competition this year, but you were voting all week via the Facebook page and via Shire TV, and we do have a winner. So let's see who's winning the Tommy Greenaway Award for Goal of the Season. It was a tough call with so many great goals to choose from, but ultimately you went with Jamie Dishington. Moving on to Supporters Player of the Year, where we have 2 awards, one for second place and one for first place. And we'll start with the second place, which is for the Linda Stewart Trophy. And this season that goes to Sean Brown. Well done, Sean, and the Linda Stewart Trophy is making its way to you. Moving on to first place, and a player who joined the Shire in 2019 and made an immediate impact, even from the early pre-season friendly matches. With 16 goals to his tally over the course of the season, Supporters Player of the Year for season 2019-20 is... Nicky Lowe. It's the award that every player holds in the highest possible esteem. It's Players' Player of the Year, where their fellow teammates vote for their favourite over the course of the season, voting on their aptitude, their attitude, both on and off the park. And I can announce that the East Stirlingshire Football Club Players' Player of the Year for season 2019-20 is... Nicky Lowe. Congratulations, Nicky, for a clean sweep across the board of Players' Player of the Year and Supporters' Player of the Year. And I've got to say, well deserved as well. Congratulations to you. Well, that's it. Congratulations to all the winners on this very strange East Stirlingshire Awards evening for 2020. We will do the awards properly at the Falkirk Stadium once football gets back underway once again. I hope in some small way it's filled the void of what would have been the proper awards night at Larbert Bowling Club. In the meantime, we have entertainment on the way for you next in the shape of club announcer and fantastic musician Stuart Blackwood, who's going live on his own Facebook page. So head over to facebook.com and search for Stuart Blackwood. He's performing live tonight, taking requests and also, I believe, donations for the club as well. So well worth tuning in to Stuart for a good night of entertainment following these awards. Once again, a big thank you for taking part tonight, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it the best way you possibly can in the comfort of your own home. We wish to see you back at the Falkirk Stadium as soon as possible when it is safe to do so. But in the meantime, from everyone at East Stirlingshire Football Club, a big thank you for your support, for watching tonight, and in the meantime, stay safe. Good night.